Top 10 cheapest cars in the world. Number 10. Renault Dacia Logan. This car is also manufactured in other plants of some countries like India, Brazil, Colombia, Morocco, Russia, Iran, and South Africa, and its price is almost $9,477. It is the 10th cheapest car of the world. Number 9. Fiat Palio. The weight of the car without passenger is almost 990 kg. Fiat also has introduced some other Palio-based models of the cars. Its price is $9,242. It is ranked as 9th cheapest car of the world. Number 8. Hyundai i10. The Hyundai i10's first version was introduced in 2007. It is the 8th cheapest car of the world and its price is $9,096. Number 7. Tata Indica. A vehicle was developed by Tata Motors solely and completely in native India. It is 7th cheapest car in the world. Its price is almost $8,500. Number 6. Chery A1. A 5-door compact sedan is introduced by Chery. The name of the vehicle is Chery A1. The price of the vehicle is almost $7,340. It is ranked as 6th cheapest car of the world. Number 5. Geely HQS RC. The Geely HQS RC has a 1.6-valve straight inline engine. It has 4 cylinders. It is built inspiring by an old model Daihatsu which was introduced in 1980. Its price is $5,780. Number 4. Geely MR. Geely MR is an automobile car developed by China. Its height is 1,368 mm and the price is almost $5,500 and it is known as the 4th cheapest car of the world. Number 3. Maruti Suzuki 800. It was firstly developed in mid-80s and 3 million cars of this model have been sold. Its width is 1,440 and the length of the car is 3,335 mm. Its price is almost $4,994. It is 3rd cheapest car of the world. Number 2. Chery QQ. Its length is 3,550 mm and its width is 1,485 mm. Chery QQ is 1,495 mm tall. Its price is almost $4,781. Chery QQ is ranked as 2nd cheapest car of the world. Number 1. Tata Nano, $3,056. It has 2 cylinders. Its speed is good as it is 105 km per hour. Tata Nano is 1,500 mm wide and its length is 3,100 mm. Its price is almost $3,056.
Early adopters will revel in the acceleration, handling and luxury of the everything new Panamera Turbo, but they should lease because the 2nd generation Panamera's product plan promises steady evolution of performance and design, something the 1st gen car lacked toward the end. Panamera's new 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 has 7 or 8 years of development potential. Panamera and its various systems will serve as a fountainhead for many other luxury performance cars out of the VW group of brands, and could kickstart new and compelling collaborations between the brands. At the very least, evolved elements of Panamera will serve in Bentleys and Audis. Right out of the barn, the 550 horsepower twin-turbo engine is only 20 horsepower shy of the nothing left to gain 4.8-liter V8 of the outgoing Turbo S, indication of a delicious future. Because there's virtually no turbo lag, just like in the new Carrera Bi-Turbo and 718 Boxster S, the 2017 V8 punches harder than the old engine, with 568 lb-ft of torque available from 1960 to 4,500 rpm, followed by a smooth handoff to the final shout of horsepower up to 6,000 revs. That's 15 lb-ft more than the old Turbo S engine even before sustaining development begins. In short, at no point above 2,000 rpm does the car lack thrust. Porsche is trying to change that with the upcoming plug-in hybrid version of the new Panamera, the Panamera 4e Hybrid, which is slated for a US market launch in mid-2017. To drive home the point of the performance and driving pleasure this car allegedly will offer, Porsche mentions its 918 hybrid supercar no less than 5 times in the brief press release announcing the latest Panamera derivative. This hybrid, Porsche insists, is fun. Fitted with an Audi-sourced, Porsche-adapted 330 HP twin-turbo V6 and a 136 HP electric motor, the Panamera 4e Hybrid produces a maximum 462 horsepower and 516 lb-ft of torque. The torque is channeled to all four wheels through a ZF-sourced 8-speed dual-clutch automatic, derived from the gearbox used in conventionally powered Panamera models. When Porsche does a GTS, the brief includes practical performance, like the aforementioned lower suspension, and typically includes a bump in both power and sound. Porsche's best options are standard equipment, here the switchable sport exhaust, which allows you to go from modestly quiet operation to a wonderfully tuned soundtrack that highlights the rapid up and down shifts of the PDK transmission. It starts with the 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 from the Macan S, which in GTS trim makes 360 horsepower, 20 more than the S, and 369 pounds-feet of torque, 30 more than the S, and is tuned to make peak torque available from 1,650 to 4,000 RPM. With that kind of torque, the all-wheel drive system, and the quick-shifting PDK, no wonder it'll do to 0 to 62 miles per hour in about 5 seconds, despite a weight just shy of 2 metric tons. Despondent over Porsche's migration with the rest of the auto world to boosted engines and automatic transmissions. Behold this ray of sunshine. Porsche has a new 911R that combines just what you want/need: a hot naturally aspirated engine, 6-shift yourself gears, and a clutch pedal all in one tantalizing package. Half a century ago, Porsche applied the secret code for a 911 aimed at rallying, Targa Florio road racing, and speed record attempts. In the same spirit, the 2016 edition marries the lightest 911 body to the most potent non-turbo engine in inventory. Built on the outgoing 991.1 series instead of Porsche's new for 2017 991.2, the R is said to weigh just 3,020 pounds and is armed with the 500 HP 4.0-liter flat-six from the GT3 Rs. With 338 lb-ft of torque at a lofty 6,250 RPM and power peaking at 8,250 RPM, This is the Leadboots 911 with revs to burn. You might have a hard time telling the 2017 Porsche 911 Carrera from its direct descendants, until you step on the pedal. Both the standard and S versions of the car are powered by brand new twin-turbo, flat-six 3.0 liter engines that deliver between 370 and 420 HP, increased torque, and ultimately more speed. The chassis has been refined and lowered by 10 mm to deliver increased control, the infotainment system has been improved, and rear axle steering is now available as an option on the Carrera S. Other than that, you'll find new headlights and tail lights, integrated door handle recesses, new standard wheels, and a redesigned deck lid, no matter which of the four models you choose from. Like its Boxster sibling, the newly christened 718 Cayman drops its base 2.7-liter flat-six and the 3.4-liter flat-six from the outgoing Cayman S for all new flat four-cylinder engines. The entry-level power plant is a 2.0-liter flat-four that produces 300 horsepower and 280 lb-ft of torque, increases of 25 HP and 66 lb-ft over the 6. In the 718 Cayman S, a 2.5-liter flat-four churns out 350 HP and 310 lb-ft, useful gains of 25 HP and 37 lb-ft. Both engines share outputs and specs with those in the 718 Boxster models, including the SS variable turbine turbocharger technology that enhances engine response at low revs without sacrificing top-end power. The 2017 Porsche 718 Boxster S doesn't need your pity because it's not the ugly baby of the family. People who were worried about a four-cylinder engine ruining the Boxster need to calm the hell down because the 718 is as much of a sports car as it ever was, and maybe even more so. Even with a four-cylinder engine, the Boxster S is one of the most legit sports cars you can buy. About 12 inches behind the driver, the S model has a turbocharged 2.5-liter Boxer four-cylinder with output rated at 350 horsepower and 309 pound-feet of torque. The regular 718 Boxster has a 2.0-liter turbo 4. Half a liter more displacement and a few other upgrades means the S gets 50 more horsepower and 29 more pound-feet of torque than the regular Boxster. Tech Art refines the new Porsche 718 models with a versatile range of individualization options. The appearance of the 718 models gets sharpened with a new airkit and the 21-inch Formula 4 wheels. And also in terms of performance and sound, the 718 models can be upgraded, with a new power key for the 2.5 liters engine. 400 HP are at the driver's command. The Tech Art exhaust system racing with two central titanium tailpipes and carbon fiber tips, clearly underlines the sportiness of the mid-engine sport car. When it comes to the interior, Tech Art offers a new level of individuality composed of leather, carbon fiber, and lacquering. its race-bred suspension, snarling engine, and aggressive aero add-ons, the Cayman GT4 is the track day toy we always hoped Porsche would build. Lowered by 1.2 inches with dynamic transmission mounts, the 385 HP 3.8-liter flat 6 is offered only with an enthusiast-pleasing 6-speed manual no PDK automatic here. The Cayman has always been well-balanced and playful, but the GT4 kicks it up a notch with Porsche's torque vectoring system and components pilfered from the 911 GT3 parts bin. Porsche says the new Spyder is both the most powerful and the fastest Boxster it has ever created. With 375 horsepower, 45 more than the Boxster GTS and 10 fewer than the Cayman GT4 from a naturally aspirated 3.8-liter flat 6 borrowed from the 911 Carrera S and a top speed of 180 miles per hour, the numbers back up the boast. The larger, more powerful engine also is shared with the GT4, and it trumps the 3.4-liter unit from the S and GTS as the displacement champ in Boxster DOM. The Spyder's acceleration will be fierce. Porsche claims a 0 to 60 mph time of 4.3 seconds, but that's the same time we achieved with the original 320 HP Spyder. Also, the current Gen 315 HP Boxster S with a manual bladded its way to 60 in 4.4 seconds in our test, and Porsche's estimates are usually quite conservative. It's safe to say that we can't wait to get our gear rigged up to the new Spyder. Officially called Lamborghini Huracan rear-wheel drive Spyder, this car has the same 580 horsepower V10 as the hardtop version, but in a slightly heavier package thanks to the reinforcement required when ripping the top off a thing, plus the mechanicals associated with the power-operated soft top. At 3,300 pounds, it is about 70 pounds lighter than the all-wheel driver flavor of the Huracan Spyder, and with most of that weight coming off the nose, it now rolls with a 40/60ths front/rear weight distribution. That lighter nose should make for more nimble handling, but the lack of AWD does hinder acceleration. The sprint to 62 takes 3.6 seconds. 2/10 slower than the AWD car and a tenth slower than the coupe. Still, with an extra aggressive new nose and the extra joy of driving RWD supercar, I don't even think you'll notice. It took 6 years of Gallardo sales before Lamborghini pulled the trigger on a rear-drive model. In the case of the Gallardo's replacement, the Huracan, the company isn't wasting any time, and just a year after the entry-level supercars release it is debuting the Huracan LP 580-2. The rear-drive Huracan follows the same recipe that directed the Balboni. The front diff and its attendant hardware is removed, as is 73 pounds of curb weight, and total output is reduced slightly, from 602 horsepower to 572. peak torque falls to 398 lb-ft from 413. To compensate for the reduced weight on the front end, the nose has been redesigned with additional downforce, while the spring rates also have been fiddled and futzed with to best exploit the car's newfound 40/60ths weight distribution. The Centenario Coupe blew attendees at the 2016 Geneva Auto Show. The model was created to celebrate the company's founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini 100th birthday if he was still alive. The automaker is following up the coupe with a roadster version, as we all expected following the automaker's announcement in Geneva that only 40 units of the Centenario would be built, split into 20 coupes and 20 roadsters. The 2017 Lamborghini Centenario Roadster was introduced at the Monterey Car Week. The Centenario is a good response from Lamborghini in the design sector after Koenigsegg and Pagani had overtaken this exclusive segment by storm in recent past. Like the coupe, the Centenario Roadster is powered by a naturally aspirated V12 power plant. The 6.5-liter monster pumps out 759 horses. The engine mates to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission system that drives the rear wheels. Despite the model weighing 110 pounds heavier than the coupe, it still manages to make a 0 to 60 miles per hour run in 2.9 seconds, just a tenth of a second slower than its coupe sister. The Roadster can achieve a top speed of 217 miles per hour. The Spider uses the exact same 602 HP 5.2-liter V10 as the coupe, the same 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, and the very same all-wheel drive system. The only changes to the V10's formula are the addition of stop-start and cylinder deactivation, the latter of which shuts down one of the Huracan cylinder banks entirely, leaving the engine to run as an inline 5. These fuel-saving bits are also being added to the coupe for 2016. That bodes well for the Huracan's dynamics, which we found pleasant and sharp in our road test of an LP 610-4 coupe. That car weighed 3,423 pounds and hit 60 miles per hour in a zippy 2.5 seconds quicker than Lamborghini's more powerful 12-cylinder Aventador. The Centenario is a showcase of Lamborghini talent, from engineers and craftsmen to designers. As with the Veneno, the Centenario builds on Lamborghini's mid-engine V12 architecture that underpins the Aventador, juicing it up with Lamborghini's most powerful V12 engine and wrapping it all in a shape that's tough to describe in words. Like the body, the central structural tub also is completely composed of carbon fiber, helping keep dry weight down to a claimed 3,351 pounds. Powering the Centenario is Lamborghini's naturally aspirated V12, bumped up to 759 horsepower, 19 more than the Aventador Superveloce, thus making it the most powerful production engine ever built by Lamborghini. The red line has also been raised by 100 RPM, to 8,600. Lamborghini expects that the Centenario will be able to hit 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds, Keep the throttle buried and you could see 186 miles per hour in just 23.5 seconds. For as unsurprising as it was to see Lamborghini debut the all-new Aventador Superveloce Roadster on the immaculate green lawns of the Quail Lodge at Pebble Beach weekend, one aspect of the car did spark some surprise. This is the first topless Superveloce model the company has ever produced, and Lamborghini has been building Superveloces for a while. But back to the Superveloce Roadster's blasé, predictable spec sheet. It's gifted with the same 740 HP V12 engine, wild aerodynamic body addenda, and lightweight diet as the Superveloce Coupe. Prepare to be bored further by the SV's 217 plus mph top speed and its claimed ability to hit 60 miles per hour in less than 2.9 seconds. The SV's meteor performance compared to sleepy Aventador Roadsters also comes by way of losing 110 pounds. Muller was leading a $1.5 million pack of Lamborghini Aventador LP 750-4 Superveloce supercars, and driving the standard Aventador himself. Forget that the SV has added nearly 50 horsepower and dropped around 110 pounds versus the base model, those are just numbers. The SV makes a hack like me as quick as Lamborghini's top trainer, for at least one glorious corner. This is a special car. It's hard to describe Lamborghini's 6.5-liter V12 masterpiece without using indulgent language. But it's the reworking of this massive engine that starts to explain my turn 3 pace. The engine drives an impressive set of output and performance figures: 740 horsepower, 509 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 62 miles per hour in a scorching 2.8 seconds, and a top speed in excess of 217 miles per hour. The 2015 Huracan might pack a more steady-handed driving experience, but it follows a performance format identical to the Gallardo's. There's still a mid-mounted 5.2-liter V10 driving all four wheels, and evolution comes by way of a bump in power to 601 horses and 413 lb-ft of torque, big jumps over the Gallardo's 552 ponies and 398 lb-ft, putting it in the same atmosphere as the larger V12-powered Aventador. Down the road, rear-drive versions will be offered, as they were on the Gallardo. A new 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission takes the place of the Gallardo's finicky single-clutch automatic. To the dismay of us and the 5 or so people who bought Gallardos thus equipped, a manual transmission won't be available in the Huracan. Under the Veneno's hood, Lamborghini installed the same 6.5-liter V12 engine found in the Aventador, but with the output increased to 750 horsepower. Combined with a total weight of just 3,278 pounds, this results in a power-to-weight ratio of just 4.38 pounds/horsepower. This fantastic power-to-weight ratio allows the new Veneno Roadster to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and up to a top speed of 221 miles per hour. The engine is mated to an ISR transmission with 5 modes, and it will sense power to all 4 wheels via a permanent all-wheel drive system. The model is also equipped with a racing chassis with pushrod suspension and horizontal spring and damper units. The street-legal Squadra Corse shares key components with the Super Trofeo, both of which are based on the Gallardo Superleggera, including the 570 horsepower V10, carbon fiber rear wing and removable engine hood made in the same material. The rear wing produces up to 3 times more downforce than what's found on the LP 560-4. Through the generous use of weight-saving materials and components, the Squadra Corse weighs in at 2,954 pounds, which is 154 pounds lighter than the LP 560-4. To stop all of that mass, standard production carbon ceramic brakes are used. Courtesy of the weight savings, the Squadra Corse has impressive performance. Hitting 60 miles per hour takes just 3.4 seconds, but even more impressive is its run to 124 miles per hour in 10.4 seconds. The race car for the street tops out at a slightly hilarious 199 miles per hour.